What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series that you put on in the background whilst you hobby or paint along with me. And it's hard to believe this chair I'm sat in now, I was actually sleeping in not so long ago. That's right. I had this accident. I injured my back, and for a couple of nights, I was only able to barely sit in this chair, slump my head on the desk on a couple of pillows, and that's the only position I could even remotely approach to getting some sleep. But I would say that's all behind me. I mean, I'm not fully recovered yet. Still a long way to go. But, however, I've got my mobility back, and we're back in the hot seat here now. I've still got the blanket, one of the blankets I had to keep me warm. It gets chilly over night time. And the rain is hammering down outside. It's, I don't know what time it is. Maybe 10 o'clock at night. I don't know. But we're here to do some hobby. I haven't been able to do any in about 3 weeks. I was thinking of pushing on with my alien role-playing game stuff. I do have my eyes set on these bad boys, and because they'd make sense for me to get back into the Warhammer scene for my recreation of the Fall of Cadia. I think Khorne Berserkers would be rather apt for that, don't you? However, I'm not going to proceed with that because all it's going to do is give me extra mess on my desk, right? And I've got to clear off the figures I've got, right? I've got 2 new 3D printed models. I'm not ecstatic with them, but I've got a rather neat bookcase I want to do as well at some point. So I want to put some paint on this bad boy. It's just brown plastic at the moment, so we'll do that. We'll get all that done, and or at least I can prime one side of it. And of course I've got some figures for my role playing. I do want to get my halfling wizard. Really want to get him done. Just something about him that's. So I'll work on his rabbit as well, and of course there's my elven ranger type fighter guy here, whatever he is, and an elven wizard as well. We're going to see what we can see, get done what we can get done. You know the drill. Get your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever else you need. This is on the bench. I figure we'll do on the beaches in the summer and we'll do on the benches in the winter. That just makes perfect sense to me. And we'll take it from there. Let's get to the bench. Alright, so here he is, this fellow. Don't have a name for him yet. I'm sure one will come to mind. I've got to do some basing on a couple of my role-playing figures of chainmail. That's to sort of simulate the spaceship corridor that they're in. But I need also to do there's like this little eyeglass things he's got going on there. So maybe we can use it for that as well. If I come down here. Yeah, he's got little eyeglasses there. Now I don't think this brush I've got is fine enough. I think I need a much smaller one. Now I've got one somewhere. See, it's been so long since I did any of this stuff, and I just don't know where they are. I was hoping. I did have a 4-0 one at some point, but this might do, this 3-0 one. Anyway, giving this chainmail, this old school chainmail Citadel colour a bit of a shake. And we're going to get that into a palette. Pop in a bit of that. And that's more than I need for this, and I know that. But that's okay, because I'm going to be utilising more of it on the bases. Now I just want a drop of airbrush thinner in with that. So I'm just mixing it up on my palette here. Gives loads of bubbles, that's okay though. So, about 3 weeks since I've done any hobby session. It's about that, isn't it? It's gotta be. Oh, I just realised I got no paper towel. Let's rectify that with haste. See, this is how unorganised I am. So I had a bit of an accident, folks. If you don't know, if you haven't been keeping up with my stuff, which is fine because there's so many fine YouTube channels out there to go to and work out what you want to do. But if you've come here for a hobby paint along session and you don't know, yeah, I had a bit of an accident. Where are we? I fell down the stairs. That's what I did. And what happened was, I've got a spiral staircase, yeah. I'm just going to paint the eyeglasses he's got on here to be silver. So just bear with me a second. Yeah, I've got a spiral staircase. And I was going down them the other day. I was about halfway down. I was barefoot, which usually provides great attraction on the carpet. But anyway, yeah. So I was barefoot. Actually, do I want to do a silver cup? A silver cup thing? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so I was going down the stairs. My left leg gave out. So I'm about halfway down a spiral staircase, right? Right, my left leg gives out. This causes my right foot to slip off the step at the heel. So my foot goes forwards. This causes my rear end to start falling down, you know, gravity, right, you know. My feet to start going up in front, out in front of me. This is the slow motion version of what happened, right? So I hit the first step with like the side of my kidney area. I bounce. I hit the next step with the small of my back, the middle at the base of my back. I bounce again. As my spiral staircase is against a wall, I hit the wall in front of me. Okay, my body just slams into the wall. I'm trying desperately at this point to right myself, come upright. But it doesn't work. All it proceeds to do is just put me into the next position, which is my arse, my backside to hit the third step, and then I slide down to hit the next step, and then I slump forward at the bottom on my knees. You know, I literally slam at the bottom of the stairs. on my knees, hands splayed out in front of me, head to the side, as I was always taught in my judo lessons, so you don't hit your nose or smash your teeth on the floor. Just second nature. So we did that, and I'm at the bottom of the stairs. I can't breathe for a split second. I'm in absolute agony. I do manage to call out with several expletives. I wasn't able to cry, but if I was, I would have done. It hurt too much. I know that's odd, right? You cry because you get hurt usually, but this hurt even more to cry. So I didn't, because I couldn't take breaths. Right, I was my breath. I couldn't breathe in. I was just in absolute agony. I can't describe to you how much agony it was. It was awful. Yeah. I think that's not bad. I think that's pretty good. So I'm on my hands and knees, eventually just screaming out for help. My wife actually, comes down to help me. Panicked, of course. What can I do? What can I do? What have you done? What have you done? I can't explain. I mean, she knows I've fallen down the stairs. She's trying to take my mind off me. So what happened? Blah blah blah. I explain. To cut a long story short, it takes us about an hour to get me upright, standing up. And I know a little bit of basic first aid, right? And some things you need to check for with certain injuries. I knew that I needed to see if my hip was broken, right? So the only way to do that, to my knowledge, was to stand on one leg on either side. Oh my God, I couldn't do it. It's all I could do to stand, with help, holding on. And the pain is just shooting through me. It's just incredible. So I'm there thinking the worst, thinking, oh my God, I've broken my hip. What am I going to do? But eventually it did die down a bit. I was able to barely lift my left leg off the floor, stand on my right leg. But it would have been the left side I was concerned about. But I was able to lift my right leg a little bit higher. So I did that, and I was standing on my left leg, bearing all my weight. So I thought, well, this is a pretty good sign. I think this is pretty good. I think we're going to be okay with the hip at least. Anyway, I can't walk properly. I have to shuffle my feet along, slide them along the floor. It's the only way I can do it in a kind of like a front crossover type maneuver, right? It's the only way I can function to get anywhere. Make it to a chair, sit down. Still no better. It's just agony. By the way, I'm going to swap him for him. Let him dry a bit. I'm going to do a production line. Yeah, find a better brush for this. So we'll use a regiment brush. Won't thin down the bases. Or at least I don't think so. Unless I try it and it works. Right, so yeah, so I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go to hospital. Actually, this might work, because I can't get in an ambulance or a car, or there's just no way I would make it, right? So I convince my wife that I am okay to stay home, at least for now. So that night is, well, it's going to be the worst night I've had in a long time. So I'm just doing this base of chainmail here. It's going to be to simulate the corridors of the spaceship. Right, yes, I convinced my wife, to stay. I need to stay home for tonight at least. I just can't move. Everything can't move. My arms, barely breathe in and out. But the night time, obviously, I can't get into a bed. There's just no way. So I sit on the chair I'm on now. Actually, I wheel this chair into the bedroom. Getting me up the stairs, that's another story. But wheel this chair into the bedroom. Try and sleep in the chair, like sitting down. I can't. This sort of, starts panicking my wife. Okay, you need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the hospital. Well, I am not prepared to move that much yet. Anyway, I get through the night, right? I managed to sit on the chair as I described, with my head in on the desk on a couple of pillows, right? So that's how it was done. Yeah, I think he's okay. So do that. Next day, I had a very, very urgent job that required finishing off with my work. My wife sets me up upstairs in her office so I don't have to go downstairs again with my laptop plugged into her screens, and she was down in my office downstairs anyway. I managed to get my job finished that I was doing. The pain is just it's not getting any better. So we agreed to call the doctor, or to let my wife call the doctor. And he comes out and does a home visit, which is good. And it's one of the reasons we moved here was for the better healthcare, right? Because you wouldn't get this in the city. There's no way you'd get a home visit. Can't remember the last time I heard of that in the city. Well, I can actually. It was a very long time ago. Talking early 90s. Anyway, so he comes out. He has a look at me, checks me over. Does quite a thorough check. Comprehensive check, I would say. Is the word I would use. And what he says is, you got a problem there with your fourth vertebrae. I can't rule out fracture. I'm like, well, I could stand on one leg, my hip's fine. He's like, no, your back. I was like, oh no, what? Yeah, so I can't rule out fracture on your spine. And that's the point when he said that I first considered it. And I thought, oh my God, my life's changed. My life has just changed. I think I've done all those. I think these are done. Yeah. And I didn't, he said you're gonna have to go to hospital because there is a place nearer that will do X-rays, but they're closed now, so you have to go to Exeter A&E. You'll be there several hours. I thought, just great. Anyway, this will give you an idea of how long I was there. I'm going to work on this guy next. So, get there at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the time we got home, it was 2:45 in the morning. Right. That's how long it took. It was a lot of hours. A lot of hours. And, you know, pretty bad. I got my x-rays. However, they showed no fractures, thank God. Thank God for that. Mechanicus Standard Grey, I think we'll use for his base. Yeah, thank God, no fractures. And, you know, they did say you're very lucky that you didn't. So I'm realising, you know, at this point, yes, you're right, I am. I'm very lucky. So is there any paint in that pot? I don't think there is, no. Well, what do you know? Mechanicus Standard Grey. Open another one. Sorry, I'm just shaking up another one here now. Yeah, so the long and short of it is, I was very lucky that I didn't break my back. And I realise how lucky I am. So now I'm on the long range of recovery. I mean, the worst of it is over in about a week. They gave me 2 shots of morphine whilst I was in the hospital. Because of the length of time I was in there, I got triaged quite quickly. So I was thinking, oh, this isn't too bad. I'll be home in time for tea. Nope. No, I won't. But there you go. So the moral of the story is, don't fall down the stairs, folks. It ain't worth it. So now I'm like super careful. I'm absolutely bricking it going down the stairs now. Walking with a stick because I can't go very far, and I can't go very far for very long before it starts burning up my back and hip and down my leg as well. They said the best thing I can do is 2 things, which is this is a strange one. She said you need to rest and you need to keep moving. Well, one defies the other, really, doesn't it? It does in my book, anyway. Right. That's his base done. Let's work on this one's base now. Yeah, so haven't been able to do anything. I did it on a Monday. Did I do it on the Monday? Yes, because I had the Monday off of work. I logged in on the Tuesday to complete the urgent task I did, and I ended up having the rest of the week off. So, yeah, all in all, it wasn't a very good experience. You know, I could have done without it, really. But there you go. There you go. Right. So that bit is done. I think what I need to do next is some rims of bases on some guys or gals I got going on here. Pardon me. Sorry, I hiccuped then. Now, brown. Still Legion drab. That's what I'm going to use. Because that's what I use on my bases, on my rims. The rims of my bases. That's what I do. Yeah, so I've had quite the eventful few weeks. So it's just been too painful to sit at a desk and do this, basically. I had the time off. All I could think about was just trying to get out of pain. I'm on very strong painkillers right now. Yeah. But I'm trying to ration them. I'm trying not to take them too much because, they're quite addictive. And I don't want to get addicted to anything. So, trying to eke them out somewhat. Anyway, it's the weekend now. And it's like the first weekend we've been on our own without incident. As I say, well, I hope it's going to be without incident. I don't want any more incidents. We had a great time at the wine tasting event that my wife wanted us to go to for her birthday. So that went well. For my birthday, I'm planning on going to the National Tank Museum. Something I want to do. I just, I fancy that. I went once when I was a kid many years ago. And I'd like to go again now I'm older. Went with my dad. I think my uncle came as well. I can't remember really. But it's a long time ago. But it is something which would interest me now. Especially as I'm planning on doing some bolt action goodness later on. I've got a lot of plans for, channel. Getting better and all that good stuff. I've moved my studio around a bit, my hobby room. It's been moved around. Moved the table around. Set myself up with a proper gaming area, and by gaming area I mean somewhere I can play my role-playing games and that kind of thing, and board games and that, and small skirmishes of tabletop games. To play the bigger games or the 6x4 stuff, I'd have to drag the table out into the centre of the room, which I can do. But for now, for the most part, I just want to do smaller games just for the ease. Because I'm a soloist now. I am a soloist. Solo tabletop gamer and RPGer. That's what I am doing. Never thought I would say that. Never thought those words would come out of my mouth, but there you go. That's not to say I won't ever play games with other people. No, far from it. It's just that I want my channel to be primarily about solo stuff. So that's different. Cool, I can really hear the rain. You won't be able to hear it on this microphone, but the rain is really battering against the window here. This is when I'm really glad that my hobby room is in part of the house, you know. Whereas my old studio was separate from the house and cold and whatever else. I mean, it can still get cold here, but tend to not have the heating on so much overnight. Because of the price, the cost of it, you know, it just costs too much to run. But this is a warm house, all in all, I have to say. And so, you know, it isn't too bad. Been watching Ice Road Truckers lately. I've finished watching season 1. I've started season 2. I would say I forgot how good it was, but I didn't. I've always loved it. It's one of those programs I used to like watching when I was in a shitty job. And I used to like watching it because it would make me think, well, at least I don't have a job as dangerous as what they've got. Do these as well. Let's do these. Yeah, it used to make me feel a little bit better about my job, watching Ice Road Truckers, watching the dash for the cash. So if I can get these done, this will go a long way to help with my RPG endeavours. This is awesome, dude. These rims are harder to paint. They got a bit of a lip on, see? Well, that's alright. We can get it done. See, these are the little jobs that just, you know, it takes up time. And it takes up time and you don't want to be doing it. What I want to be doing on camera is some Space Marines or Warhammer stuff. I want to do some Warhammer again, you know, I do. See, I'm terrible for this. I start stuff and I think, oh, I want to do that now. But I'll never get anywhere if I don't finish stuff, and I've got to get these finished. That's why it's good. I can do these on the bench and on the beach. Yeah, I figured calling the paint-alongs on the bench during the winter time and on the beach during the summertime would be a better way of doing it, I think. I am going to get the on the beach ones, hopefully a bit better resolution. But the on the bench ones, yeah, they can go slightly lower res. Because I hit the milestone with these paint-alongs at 400 episodes or whatever it was. It would be nice to get to 500, and the way it's going, I surely will do that. But, you know, I'm not sweating it. Rain. I managed to feed our stray cat at the car park today. Good job I did before this weather came in, because you'd have had to have gone somewhere under cover by now. You know, just, you know, hope and pray he gets somewhere warm and dry, you know, when he does. He's been there a long time, apparently. I was talking to someone who's lived in Plymouth for, I think he said 25 years? I can't remember exactly, 20 odd years anyway. And he said he can remember the cat being there for at least 17 of those. So he's pretty old now, that cat. And this is the gentleman, I might have told you, well, I've told you on other videos at least. It walks his other cat on a lead. Walks him around seating on a lead. Incredible, really. Yeah, I've not seen that before. Very unusual. Well, a lot of the shops around here now are got their Christmas decorations up in the window and stuff. You know, got the little displays going. Looking rather festive. And that's only increasing as, you know, time goes by. So I'm going to probably film a chill with Pete after this too. I think after this bit I want to start working on the guns on the other ones. Paint the guns off black or black grey or grey black, or whatever you call it. You call it black grey or grey black, it doesn't really matter, does it? One more to do after this and then we'll be hitting the guns. What time are we at? 39 minutes. That's unedited, of course. But yeah, unedited. Yes, I'll do this one. Get this video done. Make a drink. Do a chill with Pete. Update you on the bullet points. And yeah, so I've got plans for my YouTube channel now that I've decided to go solo as a channel. I think it made the best sense, you know. And I'm looking at analytics on my videos as well, because generally speaking, my videos don't get a lot of views. They don't. It's, you know, okay, I still love making the videos, so. But the ones that seem to attract more attention are the solo ones, particularly the solo roleplay. That's cool. But I've got a wish to do some bolt action stuff. I want to do some bolt action builds and paints, and actually talk about the vehicles. Actually, you know, facts about the vehicles, whether it's historical facts or whatever. But I've got a book on it. I've got a couple of books now on the vehicles of World War II. So we'll be able to glean some information, and we'll talk about, like, you know, Stuart tank or whatever, and just be able to talk about it, say what it says. Was it reliable? Did it break down a lot? You know, that kind of thing. And the beauty of playing solo bolt action for instance, I can play whatever I want. Well, it's the beauty of playing any tabletop game. I can play whatever I want with whatever I want, because like I could play Americans versus Germans, and I could have a couple of Italian tanks or a couple of German tanks on the side of the Americans because they captured it or something. You know, it's that kind of thing. I can mix and match with Warhammer. You know, if I wanted to, I could have Tyranids and Necrons on the same side fighting Chaos, or fighting Space Marines, or fighting Tau. It really doesn't matter. I can make up whatever stories I want. I'm just mixing up some primer right now because I want to primer one side of this bookshelf here. Yeah, so that's the thing. But I can still go down to the local gaming store and play if I want to play a more, you know, regimented, official version. But I feel quite content to not do that. Yeah, I'm not fussed about that. Plus, that way I can play whatever edition I want. You know, use whatever codexes I want. You know, I'm done with, you know, dancing to the tune of the Games Workshop marketing song. You know, I am just that whole I must have this. I must have this. The only reason I must have something is because it looks so cool. You know, not because this is the flavour of the month now with the rules. No, I'm done with that. Yeah, way done with that. Not happening. But I get why people do it, because, you know, I was there myself once. But, you know, it's been a long time since I played an opponent at home with Warhammer, or with anything really. The last game I played with an opponent at my home was I'm trying to think of the name of it now. Was that 2000 AD one? Strontium Dog. That's it. I think that was it. Or was it Congo? I can't remember now. Strontium Dog. I'm pretty sure it was Strontium Dog. Yeah. Which was cool because it's quite the skirmish game, really. Right, so that's a layer of that. See, that can be drying. Now these 3D printed weapons seller or whatever. The bow snapped. I mean, it's true I could use that as a feature to say, you know, well, that's why it's there. It's going to be fixed, you know. But damn it. Squirting paint onto my cutting mats. Not good. Yeah, so here we go. I didn't bother washing these either, so hey ho. If they don't work out, I'll just bin them basically, because, well, you know, you win some, you lose some with certain models. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. Yeah. some of these 3D printed ones come out really well, you know, that people do. I mean, this one isn't too bad. It's only got like fine things that can snap and break easy. It's just not good. Do you remember back along when I was in Plymouth, I was doing stuff for my RPG for a bazaar? Well, this is for that, you know. Someone making, selling and repairing weapons by the side of the road. This is literally what this is. What it's going to be used for. Not that I need any of it, really, to play the game. I just, I like, with certain scenes, I like to give myself a bit of a nice visual representation, you know. Don't need it with everything. Once I get going, it'll be fine. All right. Oh dear. No, I did a solo D&D. I started off with a solo D&D game in a video, and that got loads of views. It's like my second most popular video or something, you know. So this elf, I'm going to give him some. I think I want to give him some dark yellow hair. Let's give him some nice drag yellow hair, shall we? Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, D&D and solo D&D gets a lot of traction on my channel. So, you know, all these things, that and the fact I enjoy solo gaming so much, I never thought I would. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like playing with the right group of people. I like playing around the table. It's awesome. But there's so much to organise and coordinate with everyone. The more people you play with, the more you've got to do it, and the harder it gets, particularly the older you get. And it's just, you know, I can't do it anymore. I haven't got the energy. I mean, that said, I've been asked if I want to DM or GM a game of Alien for my local gaming shop, which, you know, might do sometime. There, that looks good on him, I think. Yeah, that looks good on him. Yellow hair suits. Definitely. Yes, it does. Each step brings me closer to my goal, right? My goal of clearing my bench. I mean, with the RPG guys, it's a lot of it can be production lined, a lot of it. This particular one can't though, because he's the only one with a gun. So what do we do? Matte black. No, we'll just use that. Matte black. Let's do that, shall we? Come on. Get on the palette. Matte black. Mix it up a bit of water. Bit of water will be good to go. Yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. I don't want to do too much. I really don't. explaining to my boss today, it's had a one-to-one, just talking about the need to do nothing sometimes. You know, some people don't get that. Some people think you've got to be doing something. You know, on your days off, you've got to be doing something. Don't always want to. If I'm honest, sometimes I just want to do nothing. I just sit and do nothing. Absolute bliss. Well, this is pretty good. You know, watching the Ice Road Truckers now, it's quite a few years on, isn't it? So I wonder what they look like, some of them now. Some of the rookies that are like quite young, probably old men now. Says the old man himself. So I'm just trying to get some black down the side of the gun there. Right. Now we're cooking. Oh, he's got a bit of a strap on his leg there. See if we can. Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. So what I really want to do is get the jerkin done on my halfling. So I haven't finished anyone yet, but I do maybe an orange, but I don't know if I've got an appropriate one. That's the thing. Do I have an orange I could use? Luggenough orange, that might do it. That might do it. Luggenough orange. It's a layer paint. I get his jerkin done in an orange, I think. Or shall I do it as a pink? Yeah, maybe a pink. Maybe. What pinks have we got here? Squid pink. Pixie pink. Oh, I think pixie pink. I think that'd be good. Pixie pink. Yeah, I think that'd be quite good on a halfling. Just likes bright colours, this guy. He's a happy-go-lucky fellow. You know, he's going to be a initiate of some magic school. This is my kind of backstory out of him. He went to magic school, you know, possibly with his friends or whatever. His like human friends or elven friends or whatever. But he's the only halfling in his like village or shire or whatever to have entered the School of Magic. No, this is not good. See if I can mix this bad boy up. It was coming out all the medium was coming out. I just want to mix it up with a bit of water. Right. Yeah, and then there's other historical games I want to get into. Hail Caesar is one of them. Hail Caesar is a game I'd like to apply myself to at some point. So let's get this pink on this jerkin here. Call it a jerkin, for want of a better term. Okay. Yeah, so he's gonna have gone to a magic school. A school of magic. Where he's learnt some stuff. And they told him basically, you need to stay and study. But if you recall the first game I played of solo D&D, I'm gonna have it that it was his friends that went to Phandalin, and they've been gone, and he hasn't heard from them for such a long time, like over a year, or a couple of years even, and he wants to go in search of them. And so, as he knew that was the last place they were going, he decides to head down there himself and see what it's about. So we'll get to use that map again, and maybe unravel some of the mystery, and we'll use some of the solo tools to do it. We'll unravel the mysteries of Phandalin and why his friends have gone missing, basically. That'd be good. You can do all sorts with it. Just trying to get a bit of accuracy going on here. Yeah, well, it's quite good. That rabbit thing, I don't know what colour I'm going to be painting that yet. And the book he's carrying, don't know about that so much. He's got a little emblem thing here on his hat. See if we can paint that in the same pink that he's got there. Yeah, so that's not bad. Well, that's not bad. I haven't got any figures off the table. But I've certainly progressed with, what I've got going on there. So I've got to do his rabbit. I've got to work on the base. I've got to work on this book. Get some washes and inks in, some highlights, and then we'll be good to go. And the same goes for all of them, really. It's the same deal, yeah. I just want to get them ready for the game. I mean, my Colonial Marines are female, I think. Yeah, female Colonial Marines. And I can put them. So I've got the Colonial Marine expansion or book add-on thing for Alien. So we'll use that. We'll make use of that. And then, we're good to go. Right, so I think we'll end it here. So that brings me to the end of another On the Bench with Pete. I really enjoyed that one. I hope you did too. Hope you got loads of stuff done. Let me know what you're working on. Always love to read about that. Because I'm such a slow painter these days. I'm working on the same stuff for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So I like to read about what you guys are doing, because you guys get through stuff, a bit quicker than I can. Not that it's a rush, but I mean, I want to get this cleared so that I can get to building something, and maybe some Warhammer stuff. And yeah, I really want to get my teeth into that again. And then some bolt action stuff, not in that particular order. And I've got some awesome fantasy, just fantasy figures to open up and start painting. It's phenomenal, really, what I've got going on. You've seen my retirement shelf, right? It's really quite spectacular. But it's all moved around now. That's behind me now, whereas it used to be over there next to the painting desk. It's not now. Yeah. Anyway, don't want to ramble too much on this bit, but thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Please hit that like button if you can. That means such a lot to me. And if you can, if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing, because I think my channel is going to be changing its direction slightly in the future, or its focus output. So watch this space. But I want to do more tutorials in the future as well. I haven't done one of those for such a long time. That would be so nice to be able to do. I don't know what the setup would be here yet, but it'll be a lot of fun finding out. This is actually a new camera angle for me, because I've got the other desk over there now, so tripod's a different configuration. So yeah. But yeah, so remember, all brushes lead to all, my friends, and I'll see you on another video. Bye for now. Bye bye.